One. Hello.
Hello, hello, my boy. Uh,
What's up?
uh, this time I want to ask you, how did you start with the music?
Right. Well, music as far back as I can remember. I can remember listening to Will Smith, but the Men in Black version. Will Smith, um, the Space Jam soundtrack. I think I started. My parents listened to Yanni, right? But I think I started with like movie soundtracks, right? Like when I would watch a movie, there's music, like the soundtrack. I like
Yeah.
uh like some songs that they would play or some, I started to feel that like enjoyment. I started to like that. I think that's where that's for me, that's where music for me is born. Maybe with my parents, but for me, it started with movies like Space Jam, the Power Rangers theme song. So that's when I think I started getting into music. And then um, when I started making music, I think it's when I would listen to the Backstreet Boys. And yeah, the Backstreet Boys in late '90s, early 2000s. And I would listen to the Backstreet Boys with friends and sleepovers, and we would start making raps, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember, like my homies. Shout out to Bang, shout out to Dro, Smurf, Puppet, shout out to Moses and Dylan too, and my brother Bone. Yeah, we would. I mean, sometimes we would write raps. We called them kindergarten raps, like just stupid things. Like to talk shit, because back then it was like common to talk shit. I think there was even a show like Yo Mama jokes. So it was like, Yo Mama so fat that blah 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 or whatever. And we would make jokes like well, we would make rhymes dissing each other, right? Dissing is like when you offend somebody but you have fun, right? Now if you offend somebody, it's like, oh, disrespectful, and like, they cancel you or whatever. But back then, we would just, offend for fun. We would diss and laugh and have fun. We were kids. And then, after that, I started making. I would make more music with other friends, and yeah, we would get together. I guess music, rap music for me has always been about obviously enjoying it, for yourself, so you can, I don't know, go into other states of mind, right? Like when I exercise, I almost need to listen to music, to rap, to be motivated, right? To work out, to exercise. And just in general, I mean, I love having music on, you know, and you can play anything. I mean, if you're like around me, or even neighbors, neighbors sometimes have music, and many people say, I don't like the music my neighbors play. I don't really care. I think music makes you feel like you're not so alone. Like humans aren't so alone.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you feel like a presence. I don't know, like God or something. I
Mhm.
don't know. It's weird. That's why at parties, right? They always say if there's no music, it feels weird. Like play some music, put on some music. Um, and we would make music. We would make music. I think I've always made music for fun. I mean, obviously, I would like to get famous and rich off it.
Yeah.
But even if I don't, I mean, I'm still going to continue making music. I The music that I've done without friends, like me alone and personally, um, it's been on and off, right? Throughout 15 years, probably 10 years. I've made music here, and I don't make music there, make a song, and don't. Right now, um, well, last year I turned 30, right? And for me, that's like the beginning of a new cycle. It's you finish a life, right? 30 years means a cycle. It's a life. And right now I'm starting a new life. I'm restarting, right? With all the knowledge, with all the experience from the past. Music is definitely something I'm passing to this life, right? And yeah, that's why I think I'm really dedicated to it. Um, I like to do it. I love to just make it, and that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. It's a bad thing because I don't really care about the quality or about re-record or redo it or nah, fuck that. I like to just
Mhm.
write whatever I'm writing. Comes from my conscious subconscious. It goes back and forth. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying or writing. It just sounds good, or I focus a lot on the rhymes. The rhymes. I always like it when it rhymes. And yeah, basically that's right now what I'm like trying to do, and that's what I'm doing. Just making music for fun.
Mhm. And and you think the music you made before you turned 30, do you think it was different from than the music that you make now?
Yeah, it's definitely different, because the music that I make now, I have three voices. I record the same thing three times, and before I was 30, I used to only record it once. I like how voices sound with like two or three of the same voice, right? I think Conejo does this a lot, where he records his voice two times or three times. I don't know if he records it three times, but I know there's like a double voice in there, and that sounds good. It sounds like more for me, like more melodic, right? There's more melody, um, and mm, I think now I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to my music, but I am trying to to have it organized, right? I,
Mhm.
I like my verses to be organized, where before, and what do I mean by organized? By organized, I mean that if I say a word like this, I can say it like this again and again and again, right? It's not gonna be like right now I say it like this, and then next time I say it, I'll say it like this or like this. You know, it's like more organized, I think.
Mhm.
And um, and before it wasn't. Before I would say it like this, and then maybe like that, and because right now my process. Before I used to write. I would play a beat, write, right, right to the beat, and then later I would record. Right now, I record and I write. I record and I write. I re-record and I write. I record and I write. So I'm always working with recording, right? I think Little Wayne does this, but he does it. He doesn't use paper or pen. He just uses his mind, which I think that. I mean, you can do it if you practice, but
Mhm. Mhm. And do you have any advice for people who want to make music for fun, just for fun
um, yeah, don't try to be famous because
or
I think
perfect?
yeah, or perfect because you're gonna get frustrated. I mean, before I used to want to be famous, right? So whenever I would make music, I would say I have to work on this music, you know, and that was not fun. So I would not do it because it was like I'm going to write music, but it's gonna be a job, right? I have to like edit and make sure this is, and I would be like, no, my favorite thing is just record, write, and that's it. I don't like to do. I don't even like to put the lyrics on the video. I would recommend just have fun, focus on the process, not on trying to. Which for me, I mean, I could take this advice myself because I want to become like a big star or whatever, but only time will tell if that happens. But right, but yeah, that's why this advice would be for anybody that wants to write music for fun, and for myself, just have fun, keep making music, because I think when you're starting, it is quantity over quality, right? Like I look at Suicide Boys, they have a bunch of music out. Right now they're really exclusive with their music because they're like famous. So they don't put out music like every month, they are careful. Well, yeah, they put out a CD last month, I think, but they don't have a lot of music out that is new, you know.
Mhm. So you can say that you write music for yourself, for you, and not for other people.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm getting to the point of understanding that I write music for me, and I write music because I like to go to the gym and listen to something new that I like, which is my music, right? Yeah, because I think I don't even have like a fan base right now, but I think that's why you start, or that's how you should start. Later on in life, maybe you can adjust. You know, back in my day, like when I was growing up, that was like selling out. Eres un vendido. You sell out because you change. Now you want to do rock, or now you want to sing.
Mhm.
Now I think you can try to do different things, right? But you also need to want to do that, right? Because you enjoy it. Me, for example, right now I don't really have an interest in trying new things. I think just sticking with the rap is enough, or good enough for me. But I would be willing to experiment with music in the future, of course.
Mhm. Okay, well, I guess that's all. Thank you for your time and your advice and your opinion. And see you later.
Yeah. See you.